I just remember thinking to myself that I'm having some sort of health crisis. I must be hallucinating. I'm having a heat stroke. It's too hot on this roof. There has to be some explanation to what I'm seeing in the sky. There's no way that's what it is. But as soon as I asked my coworkers, they all saw it too. And we all agreed nobody knows what was flying in the air above us that day. All we know is that little bit of video that I got, 28 seconds, and it's nothing that the public is aware of. If it is something that's man made and it's made on this planet, it's something that's secretive, top military, or it's always possible. I get it, especially now. I mean, I believe we've been re engineering UFOs since Roswell, is my opinion. Maybe even before then. Who really knows? We just know that we've been deceived and information has been hidden. We can all agree on that. Now that information is coming out, I feel like they made it so they can drop these UFO files now, little by little, so we can digest it. In the meantime, our brains are so preoccupied with the war going on and just economies, and our economy is going to collapse. Are they going to, what's going on? And then there's this random virus. Yeah, we're all very easily distracted. That's before we have to try to make a decent wage and survive. So, yeah, it makes sense now would be the time that they want to drop this mind blowing information that, by the way, it's got to be some serious stuff with some serious weight behind it when the Bank of England announces that it's worried of financial collapse depending on these documents. I'm just saying that's, credible people in most people's books. These are serious people. They wouldn't make those accusations if they weren't genuinely worried about how everybody's going to react. To me, that means some of this information that's about to get dropped is going to blow our minds, right? That's what makes sense. In my eye, the way I look at it, that's what makes sense. So I'm very excited. They've already dropped a bunch of crazy photos. I know the one that's going viral is the UFO that's got looks like a star floating above the water. I gotta say, the one I saw on the roof that day is kind of similar to that. It was just at a distance. I couldn't see it up close and personal. It was 3 or 4 orbs, and it looked like they might have all been connected to something that I couldn't see. Or they kept rotating around something I couldn't see. And the feeling I got was it knew I was watching. It hovered there long enough and for me to take a 28-second video and then some. It hovered there while me and my coworkers gawked at it. I do believe that it knew we were watching and recording, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared. Like we turned our eyes for maybe a millisecond and it wasn't there anymore, and it wasn't anywhere in the sky. So this wasn't a drone. The drones don't just pop up like that. It was a beautiful day out. We were on a roof, so we had the high ground. We could see the skyline. We weren't down in traffic trying to look up through power lines and trees. We were very open. It appeared, it stayed. Orbs did the orb things. Nothing like human stuff or nothing that humans are knowledgeable about, at least the public. I'm telling you, this was crazy. And then we're all talking about it in the middle of our job, which the type of guys I was working with, for the record, not for nothing. We don't stop working to look at the sky and, oh, maybe a UFO or it's an alien. It's not happening. We're there to make money and get paid so we can support our family. It's a group of no bullshit guys, old school. So for me to stop everybody and be like, look, and then take my smartphone out and record it, that that doesn't happen on the job site, the job sites I work on. So there's a very zero tolerance for bullshit and conspiracy theories. But everybody there had to agree we didn't know what it was. That's the common agreement, and that's that. But to sit here and think about it, right? I might be the only one on the job crew that actually is like oh, I'm going to actually think about this because let's say these are extraterrestrial beings. I think that's the right wording for it, or spiritual beings, or interdimensional, to where they can go in between dimensions, and this little fabric separating our world and multiple other dimensions, multiple other worlds is so thin we just, for whatever reason, can't get the electromagnetic field to work for us, or the technology isn't given to us, or there's a reason why we can't do it and they can. And it's just like, I believe they don't mean any trouble. If they wanted to hurt us, in my eyes, they would have. They obviously more capable than we are. They're not doing that. I feel like if that was the case, it would have already happened. Just saying. And I know there's theories out there that they've been working with the American government since way before my time, and that wouldn't surprise me either. It wouldn't, and I just want to be clear. I don't think we're gonna ever know that. They're not just gonna straight up tell us the truth. They're gonna give us the light version of it and see how we react. And they're gonna give us that in a pile of other things. So like it's gonna be hard for all of us just to trip on this one thing. But I'm gonna do videos on it. That's what I'm gonna do. Back in the day, I used to watch Stephen Greer religiously. The way he can communicate, I believe all that. I believe it, and I understand a lot of it's a push. And in my defense, back then, I was using mind altering substances constantly. So I understand. That's why I didn't never spoke publicly about my beliefs back then, because I was always geeked out. So you can't be the dude geeked out up for 3 days straight, kid, fucking being like, oh, the aliens are coming, the aliens are coming. That's, you know what I mean? But now I've gotten my life together and I can actually think I still agree with my same theories. There's so much proof out there, it just makes sense. Right? That's my standing on it. And I still believe Stephen Greer. But that means some of these people that we just wrote off, like our astronauts, there's been multiple astronauts. Look at Buzz Aldrin. They just made him look like he was a crazy nutcase drunk, and he was just trying to say the truth that they were covering up extraterrestrial life. That's why we've never went back to the moon, because somebody else was there. We were in the middle of a Cold War, mind you. We were trying to put nuclear weapons into outer space. Whoever got nuclear weapons to outer space controlled the Earth. That's where the extraterrestrials stepped in. 100%, that's my belief. They have a lot of curiosity towards our nuclear weapons, and that's a common denominator in multiple cases of reports of contact or abductions, or anybody that can says allegedly has been able to communicate with these people. It all bases a lot around, we're gonna destroy our planet. And they care about the planet. They don't care about us. They're just letting us know that we're fucked off, dude. Like, tighten up, kid, is what the alien's saying. They come by here and it's New England. He's like, what up, kid? Check it out. Get with the program or get out of here. You're fucking up the waters. You're fucking up the trees. You're fucking up the weather. We can't be having that. Me and Mother Nature, we're not happy. All right? And then we got the dude down there, and he's like, nobody's gonna believe this shit. And he's right, and the aliens know that, but they're telling homie to let his conspiracy friends know. Stop littering on the fucking sidewalk and stop polluting the water, kid. Because it's not healthy for the environment. And if the aliens gotta take over to save Earth, I bet you they will. One thing about it, fuck me, kid. What are we gonna do? I got fucking Twinkle Toes over here next door. He might put on his Jackie Chan slides and give him a fucking piece of his mind. Out there in his boxers burning a fucking Sally. He don't know where he's at. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But that's alright. I like him. The aliens, they're not gonna know what to think about us, kid. They're gonna fuck us off. Right off. They're either gonna like us or love us from New England. They might like us. I don't know. I fucking, what can you do if they don't? You know what I mean? All I want to do is a test drive. I want to hop in one of them fancy riggings they come from outer space and burn a couple hot laps. See, make some minor wedge adjustments. You know what I mean? No, I'm not asking too much. Yeah, I'm just trying to see what we're working with, kid. You can't stop by the house party in a fucking brand new friggin' rigging and not let the bad apple take you for a spin. It ain't happening. I don't care if you're an extraterrestrial, interdimensional. You gotta tap in with the apple, kid. I wanna know what those wheels are like, how much fucking power it's putting out. What can we do about it? Things of that nature. I'll have my old lady sell him some tires, some sneakers for the ride, kid. We got that. But honestly, that video shows the extent of my experience in person with it. It was crazy. It was there, then it wasn't there. If you guys can clean the video up, do that. Send it to me. I'd like it cleaned up. I don't know. I don't have that technology shit figured out yet. But, if you guys get that video and clean it up or still shot it and what the fuck was it? If it was a drone, prove it. The video's there, you guys. If it was a drone, let me know. If not, beat it, kid. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find out when my ride is to Jupiter or something. Uranus, perhaps. Like Howard the Duck. Duck gang shit. I shouldn't say that. Anyways.